So far, you have learned how to find present value of future lump sum cash flow. Next, let's learn how to find present value of multiple cash flows. That is, cash flows are more than once in the future. For example, you're supposed to receive $100 next year, $200 in 2 years, and $300 in 3 years. This kind of stream of cash flows is called multiple cash flows. In order to find present value of multiple cash flows, you need to find present value of each cash flow first and then sum the present values of each cash flow. The general form of calculating PV of multiple cash flows is the formula in the slide. That is, PV is equal to cash flow at time 1 divided by 1 plus R raised to the power of 1 plus cash flow in time 2 divided by 1 plus R raised to the power of 2 plus so and so up to cash flow in time n divided by 1 plus raised to the power of n years. Let's take a look at an example. Suppose you have an opportunity to invest in a business that will pay you $100,000 in 1 year, $200,000 in 2 years, $300,000 in 3 years, and $400,000 in 4 years. You can earn 10% per year compounded annually on a mutual fund that has similar risk. That means the discount rate you need to apply to this investment opportunity is 10%. In order to find the present value of these cash flows, you need to find the present value of each cash flow first. We can present these cash flows in a diagram as it is shown in the slide. First, let's find PV of CF in year 1 using Excel. Why don't you start Excel in your computer and open Excel template? Since we are looking for PV, we are going to use template for PV. In the template for PV, type in 100,000 for FB. Next, type in 10% for rate and 0 for PMT. Next, type in 1 for NPER. Then you get PV of 90,909.09. That is $100,000 in 1 year is equal to $90,909 as of today. As you already learned, PV calculated in Excel is negative, but you interpret that as a positive value. Next, let's find PV of CF in year 2. We are going to use the same PV template, but you need to do is to change the value for FB from 100,000 to 200,000. And the value for NPER from 1 to 2. And you get PV of 165,289. That is $200,000 in 2 years is equal to $165,289 as of today. Next, let's find PV of cash flow in time 3. In the previous solution, you need to change FV from 200,000 to 300,000 and NPER from 2 to 3. In the same template, you need to change the value for FB from $200,000 to $300,000 and the value for NPER from 2 to 3, and you get PV of $225,394. That is $300,000 in 3 years is equal to $225,394 as of today. Next, let's find PV of cash flow in year 4. In the same template, you need to change the value for FB from 300,000 to 400,000 and the value for NPER from 3 to 4. Then you get PV of $273,205. That is $400,000 in year 4 is equal to $273,205 as of today. Now you need to add all PVs. As you can see in this table, PV of 4 years of cash flows is $754,798. If you're asked to pay less than this amount of PV for the business, then investment opportunity is worth to take. For example, if the cost of investment is $700,000, your profit is $754,798 minus $700,000 of cost. So the profit is $54,798, which is called the net present value, or NPV for short. NPV is what you really earned after considering the cost of capital of 10%.